Happy Hour with Brian Moore Sammio's, from one local restaurant to two different stories. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Happy Hour with Brian Moore, where we talk local business, local history, and somehow I always find a way to bring it back to real estate. Today we're talking about a restaurant name that's been part of Cumberland County for more than 20 years, Sammio's. The Sammio's story dates back to 2004, when Louis Frangos opened the restaurant and created the Sammio's brand. And if you've been around Fayetteville and Hope Mills long enough, you've watched this area change tremendously since those early days. Businesses have come and gone, buildings have changed, roads have gotten busier, neighborhoods have grown. But Sammio's became one of those local names that stuck around. Today, Sammio's Italian restaurant in Hope Mills is at 3057 North Main Street, and the Frangos family remains associated with that restaurant. But here's the part a lot of people don't know. Sammio's Italian restaurant on Rayford Road in Fayetteville is a separately owned business. Sarah and James Whitaker have owned the Fayetteville Sammio's since 2008. So while the two restaurants share that familiar Sammio's name and history, today we're talking about two different ownership stories. And that's where I'm going to bring this back to real estate, because Sammio's is a perfect example of something I talk about all the time: location matters. You can have the same recognizable name, but put it in two different communities with two different ownership groups, two different customer bases, and two different pieces of property, and you've got two completely different businesses. Real estate works exactly the same way. Take two houses, same square footage, same number of bedrooms, same number of bathrooms, maybe even built by the same builder. Put one in Hope Mills and one somewhere else in Fayetteville, and they may have completely different values. Why? Location, community, schools, traffic, development, amenities. And here's something else local restaurants teach us about real estate. Businesses help create communities. When a restaurant survives for 10, 15, or 20 plus years, people start associating that business with the neighborhood itself. That's why when I'm helping somebody buy real estate, I'm not just looking at the house. I'm looking at everything around the house. What's there today? What's being built tomorrow? Where are the schools? Where are the businesses? And where is that community headed over the next 5 or 10 years? So here's today's happy hour question. Which Sammio's are you loyal to? Hope Mills or Fayetteville? And how far back does your Sammio's story go? I have a feeling we're going to get some good answers on this one. I'm Brian Moore with Coldwell Banker Advantage. The more you know, the better you buy, sell, and invest. I'll see you tomorrow for another happy hour.